Recording. Just gonna have faith
We're
that
ready.
hopefully it's recording everything, right?
Have faith, immediately Discord has a moment.
Oh yeah, Discord always has in the moment. Like, I swear to God, if this is the day where Discord's like, you know what, I'm not gonna work on your end now. I'm gonna like bust into tears, like.
Yeah. It's like, what causes your tears? Discord. Like, now I understand why New Jersey's suing them.
I mean, when you told me that New Jersey was suing Discord, I was like, that's a parents not watching their child kind of thing, not a Discord issue. Like.
I was like listening to this one YouTuber to fully explain why the lawsuit was happening. And like apparently what happened was that some kid got taken advantage of on Roblox. And this kind of spiraled into all this shit. Cause like apparently they like got the kid. They were like, it was like a predator was talking to a kid on Roblox and then was like, let's go to Discord, and then like the parent is trying to be like, yeah, and he sent inappropriate things to my 13-year-old, and I'm like, I don't know, man, that sounds like a you did a bad job as a parent thing.
I was literally like, I literally saw
fault.
a video like the other day where it's like, what the fuck is like wrong with like these like new like generation of kids where like they just have like zero internet safety. It's like these people are like literally just like posting like their whole like home address, like full like legal name and stuff like that on the internet, and it's like, and she was talking about how it's like she's literally had several of her viewers just email her like their high school because they wanted to see her, like.
Like there's I like how you smushed it by accident. No, like the thing that I've noticed is like maybe it's because when I was a kid we used to like get taught about internet safety. But like it's like, genuinely wild to me.
That's what people were saying though. They were like, oh, like some schools still teach internet safety, but it's like some other schools just stopped for some reason, and it's like now these kids are just like being like stupid on the internet, where they're just like, oh, well, it's safe because everyone uses the internet, but it's like no, like it's like I'm like I thought like, you know, it was just common knowledge, but I'm like, yeah, I guess like at some point it should be said. And like for these kids, it was just never said to them like at all. So like they just have like no like understanding of it.
When I was a kid, they used to like, because it was the internet, fucking to further exemplify the whole like internet safety shit. One of the things that we used to make jokes about, and I know because my friend used to do it because I wasn't that active on the internet, was the whole fucking rules of the internet, which was like a joke that they used to do in the early 2000s. Which is like pretty much like every rule of the internet, and it's all true. Like it sounds silly and it sounds trolly, but it was like a thing that used to get spread around a lot, being like, oh, if you're on the internet, don't give away your things. Like it actually blows my mind when
because like all that shit from like back then, it's like kids were just like, well, yeah, obviously and stuff, like don't do that, like like it's stupid that they have to say that to us, but it's like if it's never said to them, then like they just never think about it. I guess like.
No, that's completely what it is. Like people always get mad whenever they get told some shit, but it's like you have to remember people are stupid. Like there are people out there who have never learned those things, and it's not really that they're stupid. It's more like they're not informed. So if they never learn, how are they ever going to? And it's like I know it like feels like common sense to you, but it's just like these kids were like straight up just like never like genuinely taught how to like. You know, be safe on the internet, and it's like, it's insane, because it's like, it really does feel like it should be common sense, but it's just like not, it's just like really not for these kids. Well, yeah, because like you have to, essentially how you have to see it is like, you have to see these kids as well, I guess the best way to put it is you have to see these kids as like toddlers, essentially. I mean, like you're probably their first experience. Like the internet is something that I feel like should never be accessible to children. Like I feel, because like I wasn't online until I was like a teenager, and even then I was just like, you know, I was unsupervisedly watched. But even I knew not to like give my information. I don't know who the fuck these people are.
Exactly. I'm like I feel like y'all are the people who just talk to strangers in like real life and just be like, oh yeah, you should like come over to my place and stuff like that. Like you fucking weirdo, because it's just like.
I just feel like there's like some weird, like, there's some weird interaction, because like it's weird when like you have friends online, and like your parents are like nasty towards you, saying that your friends aren't real. But then in that same breath, when there's actual dangerous people who are trying to like provide you like some cursed ass info, Like the sentiment isn't the same way, which is strange to me because it never makes any sense.
Oh, yeah, because your parents are always like, oh, like everyone online is fake and stuff like that. There's no such thing as like real online friends. Like people just go on there and stuff. And I'm like, bro, like I am a person who's going online to like make friends though and stuff. It's like, you're just saying I'm not really either. Like,
Like fucking, you can have real online friendships, but it just goes back to the whole having to know better. And I feel like the internet is not for kids for that reason.
oh yeah, because
Like,
it's like
even
these
when I was
kids
growing
literally,
up-
like do not have like the like critical thinking skills to be like, oh, like that's a stranger. I shouldn't talk to them.
No, there's like a. Well, it's not even just that. It's also just like, what? There are kids out there who put their triggers in their bio. Why would you do that?
Like, that's what I mean. I'm just like, and it's like it's because they see like everyone else doing it and stuff too. Because like you got these people being like, oh, like people should just know like these things.
Yeah.
Like, because like they want people to like not trigger them or whatever, and like be aware of like their things. So then the kids will see that and be like, oh, I'm gonna do that too. But it's like the reasons why you're doing it and the reasons why they're doing it are like different things. So it's just like,
Yeah.
and it's like,
Like,
they don't
there's
understand
just
that though.
certain-
They're just trying to look like they're everyone else on the internet. But at the same time,
Yeah.
they're like perfectly okay with being like, oh, well, like I'm like a little 8-year-old on like online and stuff, and it's like, oh my god, where the fuck are your parents? Like, why did they like never tell you? Like, like don't be telling people like your whole life story on the
age.
internet. Like,
Your age, your location, your like. It's just. Oh, that's it. You got smooshied. No, and that's just been kind of like my major gripes. Like everyone wants to blame the companies, but like, I like not to sound like a ridiculous like capitalist sympathizer, but like a lot of this is literally the parents' fault. Like you have to manage your child. Like it should not serve some random ass adult that you don't even know to fucking be like, ah, well, I have to make sure that this 8-year-old that I don't know is an 8-year-old fucking doesn't do some stupid ass shit. Like it's just a lot of stress for no reason. Like you make the internet unsafe for everyone, not just your kid.
exactly. Like,
Because like then you have like situations where people are like, I guess the best way to put it, accidental pedophiles. Because
oh yeah, like
there
this
are
literally
some
happened
people.
in like my Discord server and stuff like many years ago.
Mhm.
Where it's like this like happened because like this like one like young girl on my like server and stuff, where like all of us like thought that she was like for a while like we thought like she was older than like she was saying she was and stuff, but then by the way she was acting we were like she's definitely younger. And like she was like dating someone in the server and stuff, and he was like 15 at the time and she was like 11 years old.
Oh my god.
And like they would they would always do like the weird like like the weird like kinky role play and stuff that people do
Yeah.
through text message and stuff. When like we realized that she was younger and stuff like that, and then we realized how like old like her boyfriend was, we were just like, girl, like you're gonna get this guy arrested. And like she genuinely didn't know, and we were just like, did your parents like not like tell you about these things and stuff like that? And she was just like, no, like, and like we had to like explain it to her and stuff. And I felt crazy because like I was like also like pretty young at this time, but I was like, oh my gosh, like why do you not know this?
Yeah.
Especially like doing like weird like like the sexy shit on stuff like on the internet and stuff. I'm just like, oh my gosh, like.
And it's like it's one thing when you're like doing that shit with someone your age, because like it sucks.
Yeah, but it's
Kids
like
are
she like
that.
fully
Sometimes
knew
they-
that like this kid was like way older than her, and she was like, and
Yeah,
she just
and-
kept being
and
like,
that's that
oh,
thing.
but I love him and stuff like that, and we're like, no, you're too young to
If
like
you-
understand what's going on. Like,
I would genuinely like, the thing is, whenever you run into kids with this kind of situation, you'll be like, if you truly love them, you would not put them through this fucking situation. Like, if you guys get older, like where the age gap doesn't matter, then
Yeah.
sure. But at this rate, no, it's not okay.
yeah, no, and like she just kept being like, oh, but like I love him and stuff, and then like we told him and stuff, like, because she was like begging us not to tell him, but we were just like, no, we're gonna tell him like how old you are, because like,
This is, yeah, because what if he turns 18 and he doesn't fucking know?
yeah, and like they still doing like the like the weird like kink texting or whatever.
Yeah.
it was just like a whole thing and stuff. And then we told him and stuff, and he was like, you know, like, I never liked this kid because he was a weirdo anyway.
Yeah.
But like we told him and stuff, and he was like, no, like I genuinely didn't know and stuff like that. And you know, he was like freaking out and like, you know, all this shit. And then like he like broke up with her immediately, and she was like upset at us, and like she left, and we were just like for a while we like felt kind of bad about it and stuff, but we were like, no, like it, like we did the right thing. Like that was like, it's like, yeah, it like felt like kind of shitty in the moment and stuff, especially like when like they get all upset about it, but it's like, nah, that like she was never gonna tell him, like.
Oh yeah, no, completely. Nah, that's like when I was younger, and like, you know, when you're like in school and
No.
when you're like in school and you find out like a bunch of things, like, you know, back when I was growing up, it was like not uncommon for kids in elementary to be in gangs.
Yeah.
So like when I was younger, there was like this one girl that I used to know that she was like really into this one guy, and apparently the guy that she was with had heard me talking to one of my friends, being like, oh yeah, she was talking about how like this other guy was super cute, because you know it's that stupid elementary school shit.
Yeah.
Where it's like kids way too young to understand what love is, trying to like, you know, experience love, and like the one guy had pulled me aside and he was asking me if like this girl was talking about like their friend, essentially, because it was like a guy he was friends with, and talking about how hot and sexy he was and shit like this. And I think this was like around the time when I was like in 4th or 5th grade, and yeah, like the guy ended up breaking up with her, and like I felt really bad about it. But the older I got, I was like, this motherfucker became a gangster. Like the older I got, I was like, she dodged the bullet.
Oh yeah.
But like, I just like this guy over here already thinking that he's like part of the whole entourage because of the weird, like, you know, fucking thing that they have that I don't fully understand, where like their kids also become part of the gang.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, like at the time I was just like, oh my god, like I felt so bad. I ended a relationship. But like sometimes people do things by accident and they don't mean to. But like, it's like Christ Almighty when I think about it every once in a while. I was like, I don't even know how this guy would have turned into, because he was like a complete asshole when I met him in elementary.
Yeah, it's like there's like a lot of like instances of like, you know, like you could like do something and stuff like that, and it's like, you know, like you were doing it because like you like felt a certain type of way, being like, this isn't right, like, you know, I should like do something about it. And it's like you might like feel shitty about it afterwards and stuff, but it's like, nah, like if you felt that in the moment, like you were probably right, like.
Yeah, no, completely. Is he supposed to punch you towards the K? The one malfunctioned one? I don't think so.
I think he's just broken.
Imagine you go over and it just launches out of nowhere.
Damn it!
You became jelly. I always love when Nintendo flattens the model. I'm like, yep, that's amazing, thanks. I think that's just background stuff.
Why? Why? Oh, an eyeball. But yeah, where it's like kids nowadays just have like zero understanding of internet safety. It's just like, it really is. I'm like, I get it. Like, there's like no like. No. Damn it.
Amazing.
It's like I get it. Like there's nowhere, there's like no like kid spaces and stuff in the world anymore, because like all like these places like didn't want to be like responsible for like kids being around anymore. But it's just like it's like the internet is quite literally like, you know, an adult space low key and stuff. Like don't get me wrong, I know there's like adults like wanting to be inappropriate like in like their fucking everyday life for some fucking reason. And it's like they just get pissed off that like kids are around, but it's like kids should definitely not be on the internet because of that, because there's like so many adults just wanting to be appropriate online. It's like, it's not a kid space, like.
Kind of like whenever I think about those situations where people talk about like shit like OnlyFans, and people are like, oh my god, it's so disgusting, and I'm like, usually that's kind of the first sign that someone knows that you're a kid, because it's just like,
it's like, yeah,
the only
everyone
people who
knows,
react...
but like, you know, it's for adults. Like, it's not like a whole thing where it's like, it just shouldn't exist because, like, it's not kid friendly. It's like, yeah, some things are just not for kids. Like, not, the world isn't gonna fucking cater to like your little like crotch fruit. Like,
Well, it's the same shit. Like whenever fucking, for example, like people complaining about adults being in kids' spaces. Like let's be for real. Kids are always gonna be in adult spaces and vice versa. Like especially when you're like, like, you know, like as much as I hate to talk about it, but like the inappropriate fan art that people find of like kids cartoons. Yeah, like I'm sorry, but adults wrote those cartoons. Of course, you're gonna have adults that feel some type of way. And
Yeah.
vice versa. There's nothing you can do about it. Like every person who creates like anything artistically knows for a fact that you're gonna run into these people whether you like it or not.
It's like either way, like half of the fucking time, it's like half of those like believe it or not, half of those like very inappropriate pieces of arts are usually done by other kids. Like it's kids
Oh,
drawing
yeah, no,
like
completely.
weird kid shit and stuff. Like
No, completely. And that's the other thing that like I feel like people don't touch upon. Like like I remember seeing a post at some point being like, imagine being a creator, never knowing that like your creation may accidentally be someone's new fetish, and it's not even because you were like actually trying to do that. Like I always think every once in a while about people who like always make the joke being like the writer's poorly disguised fetish, and it's just like I'm pretty certain most of the time when freaking writers or like anything made whatever the heck that they made, it was probably not a fetish at the time.
yeah, it's like, and it's like, don't get me wrong, there's like a lot of TV networks where it's like they just have like the weird fucking joke and stuff because the people who are like, you know, in charge of like this thing just like have like very like out of touch with reality like things of like what they think are funny nowadays, which people do not find funny
Yeah.
anymore. So it's like, you know, you being like the creators like poorly disguised fetish and stuff like that. It's like it's probably like not even like the creator actually wanted to put this in their show.
Oh yeah, no. Well, it's like whenever fucking they add like the, you know, the ever annoying fart jokes,
I forgot it.
and it's just like he didn't have Diddy. No, freaking no. Whenever you have like the stupid fucking like, you know, fart jokes and everything, like sometimes it's the TV network that asks for that shit because
exactly,
they're like,
because
kids are
they
stupid.
think, yeah, because it's like, oh, kids are stupid, they think the shit's funny and stuff like that, and it's like, yeah, believe it or not, like
Yeah.
the stupid fart joke is for the kids and stuff like that. It's like you might think it's the most obnoxious shit in the world, but it's like, remember, it is for kids who like aren't like thinking about much else and like think that like that kind of things
That's
are
just
funny.
fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, and it's wild to me because like fucking then people will be like, but then you have people who are into farts. I'm like, those people existed regardless. Like
Exactly.
that's not really
like,
because
it's not,
of a fucking.
It's not like the fucking. It doesn't mean that the creator is like into that shit. Like, it just happened
No,
to like
and
you
it's
know, to like these things are like both true and stuff. It's like people who
Like-
talk about where it's like, why do like teachers always turn out as like pedos and stuff like that? And it's like, well, you're gonna like, you know, pursue like
Go
the
to a
fucking
place.
yeah, the place
you
that
can
like
be
of like the
around
thing that you
kids.
like.
It's the same thing with fucking priests.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
It like
They know
it
they're gonna be
happens.
around kids in this profession. Of course, they're gonna work towards it. Like.
Yeah, like it.
I know it sounds
like,
fucked
you
up,
know.
but it's like it really is like it's just like that. Like
No, it really is. It's like whenever you, I don't know, whenever you think too hard about something, like like you have to realize the reality of that situation because it's just like some shit happens. Like kids can, there are some kids that are on the internet and they're like, you know, wise beyond their years when they really shouldn't be.
oh yeah, and like
Um,
that just brings up a whole other thing where it's like what's the home life like?
Yeah. And then there's some kids where like they just fucking, you know, they're just kind of fucked. Not because they want to be, but mostly because, nope. They're just fucked. And like, and it's not because they want to be. It's just, you know, life made them have to grow up too fucking fast. And it is what it is. But like, acting like, I don't know, acting like companies or other adults are in charge of your children is just kind of like ridiculous.
Oh yeah, it's like you know like don't get me wrong, you see an opportunity to sue and like make that money, like you know get that bag and shit, but it's just like it is not like the fucking like because then people like go online and be like yeah like this company is in the fault and stuff like that, and it's like no, like people need to watch their fucking kids. Like it's like you chose to have it, you need to be like in charge of it. Like
It's like it's the same shit like how, for example, like if you want the prime opportunity, like prime example of like kids being kind of everyone's problem, think about stores. The fact that there's like all these, oh my god, the fact that there's all these different fucking stores like all these codes for when the kid goes missing, because your ass wasn't like, you know, keeping it on a leash or watching it or some other shit. The fact that we have codes for this just kind of like further proves the whole like, I feel like if you're a parent and you know your kid is like this, do not take your kid out, get a babysitter. And I know it's like, oh my god, but babysitters are so like, I'm like, you have no one in your family who can just watch your kid.
Exactly, like, because it just
You
brings
have,
up
like,
the
no
whole thing where
friends.
it's like, where people are like, go through like all this effort to have a child and stuff like that, and I'm like, just wanting the child is not enough. You need like all like the extra shit, like, you know, you need other people's support, like, you know, you cannot just have a child and like because you're alone. And it's like you just want to not be alone anymore. It's like you, unfortunately, it indeed does take a fucking village to raise a child. Like,
Yeah, like you have to keep your child it sounds like talking about a dog, but like you have to keep your child stimulated. You have to.
like,
You
like
have
it's
to have
insane because
people
like you have
that
like
your
so many like
child-
people like online and stuff being like, "Ugh," but like having like a pet is like a big responsibility. Like, you know, like what if you end up not being able to take care of it? You need to make sure you have like plans like A through F to like make sure like someone else is able to like take care of it and stuff in case you just can't anymore and stuff. And like, but like, why do y'all never have the same attitude with the child that is like a living human being? And it's like,
Yeah.
not ever like, there are like so many people who are like, I just want the child, and people are like, yeah, that's enough of a reason. I'm like, no, like you need like the
No.
extra support. You need to like make
Like-
sure that like you're gonna
like,
have the
people-
resources to actually take care of it properly.
Like people complain so much about like people who like, you know, people who are like get a dog or a cat for Christmas, and it's like, if you're able to understand that you cannot deal with a surprise like that, why do you not have that same mindset when it comes to children?
Exactly.
Because
Like, it's like people's whole
that,
shit
like-
being like, oh, it's like getting an abortion, healthcare and stuff like that, and it's like you're just stupid. Like,
it's like you made the choice to have that kid. You have to suffer with it and everything that comes with it. Like, you need to understand that that kid is not gonna know any fucking thing, and they're gonna do shit that's gonna make you unhappy.
yeah.
Like, and the thing is, you have to commit to it. You have to commit to the fact that this kid is gonna make your life harder, that you're gonna have to, like, you know, compensate for the fact that this kid knows absolutely nothing about the world.
Exactly. Like,
And
it's like you
it-
like you are unfortunately responsible for like how they're gonna turn out in the future and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm like, I don't know. Like, people are like so like fucking just like ready to just like have a child just to like immediately like not give a shit about it and be like, ah, like, you know, it'll just raise itself and stuff. Like,
There's so many things that come to like child care, like, you know, even from before contraception. Like, if you're like, if you sit here and you're like, I don't have the like, well, actually, let me put it this way. A lot of people, whenever they leave like their hometown, for example, they always say, oh, you should have a group of friends, you shouldn't move to like a hometown by yourself, like especially if they're moving to the city. It's like, you should have a network. Well, you should have that same fucking mindset when it comes to having a kid. Like,
exactly. I'm like,
you
the double standards in life are like so insane, where people are like, they just want to force you to like have a child for some fucking reason, but like nobody wants to be responsible for it. Like, and it was like, it's like the same shit where it's like those videos of like, you know, people like protesting like abortion clinics and stuff, and then it's like the bro, I cannot control the speed of the fucking rocket. Like,
I think you're supposed to like dive a little bit and then pick up.
but like it's just like people are like, oh, like, you know, protesting like the abortion clinics and stuff, and then like it's like someone else there being like, oh, like here are like adoption papers and stuff, since like, you know, like fucking like if you want to be in charge of like the child, then because like this person's getting an abortion because they felt that they could not, you know, raise a child, or weren't
Yeah.
ready for one, like. So it's like, you know, like if you want that child to be alive so badly, like you can take the fucking child then, and it's like, no, but like, I'm like, people are so weird about like fucking children, like, it's insane.
Yeah. No, and like that's kind of like my whole thing is like, you can't fucking force shit like this and then be like surprised when people like end up being against everything. It's
Oh my
like,
god,
you
and like
know,
the amount of
fucking-
people who are just, like online who are just like out of touch with reality and stuff, being like, "Ugh, like I like told my mother like she shouldn't get an abortion because like that's bad and stuff. But like now she's trying to force the child onto me. Like I don't have time for like that kind of thing and stuff. Like I can't like afford a surprise like that right now and stuff. And it's like, what do you think they're going through? Like,
I know completely. It's like, you chose that, now you get to be Like I don't know, every single person who tries to force you to have a kid that you genuinely are not ready for has to fucking commit to it, because like first off, there's already the fucking problem of what if you could possibly die from pregnancy?
Exactly.
Like,
it's like I
what
ain't
then?
going
Who's
through
gonna
all
take
that.
care of
Like,
them?
it's like it's my life too. Like fucking.
Yeah.
It's not just the kid's life.
just
Like God.
No, fucking, it's fucking wild to me. I'm just like, you guys have like a mental illness, because like,
Oh yeah.
who fucking obsesses over someone else's life like this?
Exactly.
It goes back to like queer shit.
Yeah, it's like you're like. To me, it's like you people are basically just being like, I don't care if you die and stuff like that. Like that fucking like parasite and you should just like deserves to be alive. Dumb. Alrighty, back at it again. Got distracted for way too long, so I don't remember what the fuck we were talking about.
I think what we were talking about was like me comparing the child stuff to like fucking modern day homophobia, or like from the early 2000s.
What the fuck were we talking about? Like,
We were talking about like how it takes a village and how people are like way into other people's lives. Because like back in the early 2000s, when people were like homophobic, they'd be like, ah, but what they're doing in the bedroom, and like literally none of your business actually.
how dare they not be making children every single time they're in the bedroom? Honestly, like,
It's like what the.
it's like the one post I saw where it's like when like your family member will like come to like the family dinner and be like, we're trying for a baby, and it's like, yeah, way to tell everyone at the family dinner, Linda, that you're just raw dogging it every fucking night. Like,
It's just so inappropriate. Like,
exactly. I'm like, I don't want to know that. Like, like if you get pregnant,
Just
I'll be
makes me
like,
laugh,
oh
though.
well, like, you know, if that's what you wanted and stuff. It's like being like, oh my god, we're trying for a baby. It's like, okay, like,
But you didn't have to share with the household, thanks.
yeah, like. I can already tell now I'm never gonna finish this level. That's it, guys. This is where the run ends. This fucking level. Oh my god. Hearing Donkey Kong's sad little cry every time he dies. Crying inside. Oh no, I hate this one. Yeah, of course. Of course, I just fly right into the balloon. 10 out of 10 flying.
Like mastering the flying. Now sometimes I'll see designs for like weekly planners and calendars, and I'll be like, you know what? Maybe I should make some designs.
Oh, I mean the artist to like literally just make designs for like calendars.
And I was like, yeah, they look so cute.
Yeah.
Not like the not like the artwork, like not those calendars that have like the full ass illustration on them. I mean like the ones that have like the fun little
The
like
little
things along
flowers
the
on
border.
side.
Yeah. And I see them every once in a while. I'm like, that looks like fun. I kind of want to try that.
Like the fact that there's like just some artist's job, just to like make cute little designs for calendars.
Yeah. No, I'm always like, oh, I'd love to try something like that. I feel like it'd be fun. There's like little things in life where I'm just like, this is so cute. I want to do that.
Please, God, give me a checkpoint. I'm gonna kill myself. Actually.
You've made it. There's your checkpoint.
First try, let's go.
Edits everything out first try.
10,000 tries later, first try. Find the big red button, I assume. I'm good at finding things to push and break. Mostly break.
It's like all the big red buttons.
Hell yeah.
Like, hell yeah, you push those buttons.
Yeah, I probably needed that. Oh well.
I mean, you're not taking this opportunity right now to be angry.
Nah!
You were sounding asleep.
Who, the doggo? Or me?
Yeah. I mean, you were also soundly asleep.
And then you were sleeping. What the fuck? You weren't here earlier.
This is
Right?
surprise, bitch.
I'm like, he wasn't there earlier, right? Oh,
I don't know. I didn't see shit. What do you mean?
I'm like, I swear to God, he wasn't there.
What do you mean? He was always here. You just losing your mind, girl. Gonna hit back to play-by-play and be like, see, they weren't there.
Oh, God. There's a thing down there, though. Oh.
It's like, oh, God. There's goodies.
I don't know why when I play certain games, I'll just start thinking about other games. You're like, this just reminds me of like a level in a different game for like no fucking reason. There's like nothing similar about it, but I'll just be like, you know what, it'd be fun right now? Playing that other level in that other game. Specifically Kirby's Epic Yarn.
Hey, you oh my god. It's kind of funny, I didn't realize that there was like a lot of people out there who didn't like Kirby's Epic Yarn.
Yeah, it's like a very like unpopular game. That's like my favorite Kirby game in the entire fucking world.
I'm just under the opinion that people have shit taste at this rate.
I'm like, how could you not love like this little happiness? You people are just miserable.
I fucking we played the shit out of that thing when we were younger.
So much so that the cutscene stopped working and like the game would just kill itself every time a cutscene would play. Gonna get a new fucking.
It's like god damn these motherfuckers again with this game.
Literally had to get a new disc. Just like My Sims Agents. Yeah.
Honestly, 10 out of 10 game.
It's like I literally love Kirby's Epic Yarn. It's like but no, it's just like a. It was just very unpopular and stuff, which I'm like is crazy because it's like it's not even like like just like some people just couldn't play it and stuff. Everyone had a Wii, like back then. For some reason, it's like no one was like interested in playing that game, and I was just like, it's so much fun though. The music slaps. Quite literally like the best music in any Kirby game.
I think it's like a mob mentality thing.
Oh yeah, where it's like the one person hates it, and then they're like, this is stupid.
It's like everyone's like, yeah, this sucks actually. Bitch, why are you complaining?
It's funny.
Alright, come on.
You think people would be good at that game? Herd mentality, where it's like it's literally just to think like everyone else. No, Donkey Kong!
Every single time I pick up Evan, it feels like I'm dealing with like a horse, because I'll be like tapping his ass and being like, come on, go! Move!
Oh, come on, do something.
I go forward. He just looks at me like, what did I do wrong? I'm like, you're annoying, get up! Like,
Now's not the time for your old manness, doggo.
And I told you, as soon as I record, he hears the word play, and he's like, no! Only me! Attention! Come on, Diva, get off the bed. You need to move your legs around. Instead of moping in bed all day.
Aw, that's what I do.
Oh, he does it because he's disabled. Can't even get up half the time. Like, really hilarious watching him try to get up, and I'm just like, boy. He'll like try for like a total of 30 seconds, and he'll be like, help me!
No, what? That's bullshit! I can get the puzzle piece, but it can just fucking fall just into the abyss.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Arr. Die. Die, bitch. I always love whenever Evan's like, I had accident earlier today. Teehee, I took a shit on the floor.
Every time it happens, I'm just like, boy. I was like, being old is so annoying.
It's like people being like, yeah, you just start your life over and stuff, basically, like, when you get old. It's like, you know, when you're younger and stuff like that, you can just shit wherever you want and stuff, and like, you know, people gotta clean up after you.
Oh my god.
You can do the same thing when you're older. You can just shit wherever you want and people take care of you and stuff because you're old, like.
Oh my god. No lies detected here. Literally what it is when you're a dog. Yeah, being a dog is like being a menace to society. It's like, I excuse your behavior because I love you, but also go fuck yourself at the same time. It's like, I love my dog, but at the same time, some days I'm just like, boy, not today. It's always wild to me when people talk about, like, having a dog, and then make it sound like it's, like, the worst thing imaginable, and I'm just like, I don't know, maybe I just had different experiences with different dogs or some shit. Because, like, some people will talk about raising a dog like it's, like, a child, and I'm like, maybe it's because I raised my siblings, but I'm like, I don't know, it's not like raising a child. Raising a child has, like, a lot more mental fortitude than you realize.
Oh my god, right? It's not like the dog asks the stupid questions.
Not even just that. At least with the dog, it's just kind of like you're only worried is that the dog's gonna run out into traffic. With the kid, it's just like you have no idea what that kid's gonna do.
It's like, yeah, the dog might, like, you know, destroy your college degree, but like a child can also do that and also stick a fork in the outlet at the same time, like, you know, like.
Yeah.
Accidentally burn the house down.
Okay.
Like you see the
constant,
see the difference.
constant fear of dealing with kids. Dude, kids are literally just a menace.
Damn.
So whenever people are like, it's so rewarding, I'm like, for who?
There's like when I was like explaining to like my one friend like like all like the like terrible horrible things that can happen during childbirth.
Yeah.
And she was just like, oh, like, I didn't know that, like, all those things can happen and stuff. I'm like, it's always wild to me that, like, this isn't, like, common knowledge to, like, some people. And, like, she was just, like, sitting there for, like, a while, like, after I was telling her all that, and she was just like, oh my god, like, my sister went through all that and stuff, like, and she's, like, you know, like, she just started being, like, I never, like, asked her, like, how she was doing, like, mentally and stuff, like, you know, like, after, like, having a child and stuff, and, like, all these things, and I was just like... I mean, like, I was like, your sister's probably fine and stuff like that, you know, like, she seems happy with her child, but I was just like...
Like, your heart was in the right place.
Yeah, or it's just kind of like that thing where it's like, oh my god, yeah, like, the human that you know, like, went through, like, this whole, like, thing and stuff, that was, like, a big thing, and it's just like, you know, like, you're just sitting there being like, damn, you never thought, like, how they were doing and stuff like that, you were just like, oh, like, the child is here now, like...
That's also like the thing that they talk about, like when a woman has a child, it's like all of a sudden she loses her sense of identity because she's just supposed to be like the accessory of the child.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that's kind of fucked up. It's like, imagine getting demoted just because something came out of you.
Oh yeah. It's like people just see you now as like the you're just the thing for the child now.
You're the thing that carried that thing.
That's how they act even before you have the child though, 'cause like the whole shit where it's like, you know, all like these like terrible things can happen to the mother and stuff like that. It's perfectly valid that like they don't want to die for like, you know, like having like an unborn child and stuff. Cause like it's their life, but it's like nah, suddenly people would just be like, you're selfish for like not wanting to like literally kill yourself for like this baby who's not alive yet and has no like personality or anything yet or anything like.
It kind of reminds me of like the one time I was listening to like my roommate's grandma, who's like very anti-abortion, and like her justification was like, oh, it's like saving the whale, and it's what the hell was it, the saying that she said? It's like saving the whale instead of the baby. And I was like, well, the baby kind of needs the whale to be alive. Your comments make no sense.
Like,
it's like what? Because fucking like I always love listening to people who have like no understanding of nature explain to me something that nature has pretty much shown that yes, you do need both parents in order for this animal to survive. Like,
yeah.
what the fuck are you talking about?
That's why I'm like, it's wild when people are like, yeah, just kill my wife and stuff if like, you know, if it was like up to like, you know, saving like, you know, the mother or like saving the child. And I'm like, nah, because like if the wife is still alive, you can have another child. If the child's alive, like that's it, you're a single parent now with this child. And it was like an agreed upon like, you know, team effort, like
it's
before
like there
the
is
child.
no wifey. Yeah. You're gonna have to manage taking care of the child.
Like all by yourself
Like
now
a-
and stuff, instead of like, you know,
It's like-
having the whole agreed
it's like
upon
men
like
who
group
dip.
effort, like.
It's like men who dip after like a woman has a baby. I'm just like, fucking, hey, like, where you going? It's a team players thing. You gotta come back here.
And it's wild too because it's like it's also just like a fucking like whole society thing where it's like if a mother leaves the child, they're like, oh, she's a fucking skink ass whore. But if the father leaves the child, it's, oh, that's childless behavior and stuff like that. It's blaming the child, and it's like,
Just like, it's like my guy.
it's like, oh, I'm sorry, like I didn't fucking like just tell like my dad like yeet out of my life and shit at like the ripe age of being born, like fucking Christ, like.
Nah, it's just like sometimes like, I don't know. Sometimes whenever like men complain about accountability of certain things, I'm just kind of like, well, you chose to put your peen where you weren't supposed to, so you gotta live with the consequences of your action there, buddy.
Oh my god, and like the amount of women who like defend them being like, oh, but like he didn't want to wear a condom. Don't like, and you also had a choice to just not sleep with him then afterwards, like.
You also could have just told them go fuck yourself. Like I don't understand. This is a two-way street of two people being stupid.
Exactly, like. I'm like, you know, like it's a whole thing where it's like it does indeed take two to tango. Like, it's never just like the one
It's the
person
kinda-
is more at fault than the other. It's always like both parties are involved. Like.
My attitude is like, if a man has like the right to walk off and do whatever the fuck they want, like if they're like, I don't want to have a baby, like I can't take care of the baby because it ruins my life, then the woman has every right to fucking have an abortion. That's just how I see
Exactly.
it. If
Like
this
the
motherfucker
father
can get
already
the fuck
made
out
the
of
choice
Dodge,
of like I don't want to be here and stuff like that, but people always hold it
Yeah.
against the woman being like, but like your baby and stuff, like you just don't understand, like, you know, things will be different after you have them and stuff, and it's like, no, like why does the dad get to walk away but like the mother can't, like fucking.
yeah. No, that's always been like my major gripes whenever people talk about like children, childcare, and a bunch of other shit. I'm just like, nah, man, like you kind of don't have a say in this. You're in the wrong, regardless of how you feel.
Exactly. I'm like either way, it just all boils down to like it's none of your fucking business. Like.
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna act like having a kid is like an easy thing. Like having a kid is fucking nightmare inducing. But nah, it's just like a lot of people and their fucking weird ass fucking. I feel like everyone has a fetish when it comes to like women, because I'm just like, this is such a not your issue that I just don't understand.
Yeah, like the amount of people who just like make other people's like problems and they want to like make it like everyone else's problem too. Like not even like the person having the problem, it's someone else being like, oh, let me just like take your issues and make it like my issue too and stuff like that, but just so I could like have control over you. Like.
Yeah, like everything is just like some weird advance. It's like, what the fuck is that phrase? It's like abuse with extra steps.
It's like the fucking there's a YouTuber I was watching where she was like talking about how like, oh, you know, traditionally in like Chinese culture and stuff like that, it's like the male's family who's like gonna like pay for like the wedding. But in like American culture, it's the bride. This the bride's family who pays for the wedding, like traditionally.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like, you know, whenever you got like the question of like, oh, like who's gonna pay for the wedding and stuff like that, it's like, well, you gotta remember, it's like money does indeed have power and stuff like that. It's like, you know, it's annoying and stuff if you have either family pay for the wedding because like it's their money, so suddenly it's not your wedding anymore, it's their wedding because they're paying for it, so they get to make all the choices and stuff like that because it's they're the ones paying for it. So it's like it very quickly like doesn't become your wedding anymore. It's like, yeah, you can always have like these picturesque ass weddings and stuff that you see online, but it's like, you know, behind closed doors, it was like probably like nightmare inducing to like go through all this because of the fact that like, you know, somebody else paid for it and stuff and made it like their whole thing instead of like it being about you.
That's kind of like why my whole thing is like, if you're gonna get married, like get married when you have money, because it's just, like I just think it's miserable. Like why it's your special day. Like
Yeah,
no
like
one
that's
else
basically
should
what
have
she
a
was
say
like
on
trying
it.
to like say afterwards and stuff, where like she was just like, oh yeah, we're gonna be paying for our own wedding and stuff because, you know, it's like, yeah, like you gotta wait longer to get married and stuff then because like, you know, you gotta like save up money and stuff and then like see like what's within your budget and shit. But it's like the whole thing where it's just like fucking. I did not see that tire there. I was like, what do I do? But it's like if you want it to truly be your special day, you're gonna have to be the one to pay for it, like, because then
Yeah.
you get to make all the decisions then for like you and your partner, like.
Yeah. No, I don't know. For me, it's just like a lot of this like shit sucks because it's just like, you know, this is something for your kid. You should not have this like entitlement complex about like, you know, what your kid can and can't have. Like, you know, if I was a parent and I had a child, for example, and my child was like, I'm gonna marry so and so, and like I didn't have them, or like, you know, they didn't have the means and they're coming to me asking for money, I'll be like, well, I'm very happy that you're asking me for money for something that's that important to you. Like, I'm not gonna be sitting here being like, oh, well, for your wedding day, I want this, and I want you to like,
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
like
fucking
it
kiss the
always
priest or
blows my
some shit.
fucking mind where it's like the mother-in-law or shit like that, and like, be it like, you know, like just being like a fucking pain in the ass the entire wedding day and shit because like these women are just so against each other for some reason. And like it's just weird that it's like they just suddenly start being like, no, you should have this, this, and this and stuff like that. Like, no, it's your special day. Like, if I were paying for it, I'd be like, all right, what do you want? Like, for your day and stuff like that. Yeah, I get it. Like, it's not your money and stuff like that. So it's like there are times where you could be like, oh, like that's like, you know, a little pricey and shit like that. You know, we ain't reaching for the fucking stars either. But it's just like, you know, I'm gonna try to like get you what you want, like within reason. Instead of like these people who are like, oh, like it's your wedding day, let me like just like absolutely like cake flavor especially, because that's the one I always see is like people being like, no, like you're not gonna have the cake that you want and stuff like that, and it's always like the most like insane ass thing to be controlling over because the cake is gonna cost the same no matter what the fuck you're having like your weird opinions about, like.
I just think the cake thing is like insane to me. I'm like, it's my wedding day. I'm going to eat that shit.
Exactly, it's
like
so wild. It's like that's like the main thing that they fight over, the fucking cake, being like, no, it has to look like this, like it has to be this way and shit like that. Like you're just not gonna get what you want for like your fucking wedding cake. Like I'm the one eating it, bitch. Like it's for me.
It's for me. I'm the one who's gonna be having these weird ass pictures of my husband probably smashing my face into it.
Oh my god, yeah, that shit too.
It's just fucking wild to me. People just have like an entitlement complex, if I'm being honest.
Oh yeah, it's like they want to make everything about them, and it's just like, it's like you already had your chance in your day and stuff like that. Like, you know, if like just be glad that like they want to involve you in it and stuff, and then like try to like
I think that's
like reaching their dreams.
I think that's like one of
crazy.
the. I think that's like one of the things that I always have to tell people. Like, when someone like has you do something, understand that they made the willing choice for you to be there. You are not entitled to whatever the fuck is going on.
Exactly,
like you're like, especially if it's your kid, they could have easily just told you go fuck yourself and found someone else to like fund it, or funded it themselves in some different type of way.
Exactly. So it's like the fact that they have like this like weird like power trip complex is just like I don't know, it's just wild because it's like they like made like the very nice decision to like, you know, keep letting you be involved in it when they could have honestly just been like, no, you know what, fuck you, actually, like we're gonna pay for like our own shit.
No, cause that would have been me, like shamelessly. Fucking if some crazy ass person was like, nah, you gotta do this, this, and this, I'd be like, nah, I'm good, mate.
And I'm like, yeah, I get it for like most people and stuff. It's like it like sucks for them and shit because like they want to get like married like immediately and stuff. But I'm like, you could, you know, if it's like for insurance reasons and stuff like that, you could just get married on paper and then do the whole ceremony later. Like if you really want a ceremony, it's like it could always happen like later and stuff. Like, God damn it.
It's the same thing like when I would hear people like shame people for weddings. Like, for example, like me, I had a whole idea like if I were to get married that it would be like a wedding that costs like under 10K, and someone told me it's like that's so cheap. I'm like, who the fuck am I inviting?
Yeah,
Like,
first
it's
of
a
all.
wedding for me. It's a wedding for me and my whoever the heck spouse. If my spouse wants to bring their whole family, that's on them. But fucking like.
Yeah, you know, like they could help like pay for the extra bit of it and stuff, but it's just like you know, it's like a whole two-party thing.
Yeah, it's like it's a thing that we both agreed upon, and like, you know, I would hope that the person I'm with is also like wanting to have a small wedding, because like I ain't, why the fuck am I gonna do this whole fucking gigantic thing?
The whole show for
Like-
like the entire family, like fucking.
Because that's what it is. Like at the end of the day, like nobody wants to actually say that that's what fucking weddings are. It's just a whole show for your family. It's not really
Yeah.
like for you particularly. So it's just like, I don't know. It's just strange to me.
And like I understand wanting like the whole ceremony and stuff, especially like just like getting like jealous and stuff, like seeing other people online being like, look at my like extravagant wedding and stuff. Like, you know, I understand like having like a nice party for yourself and stuff that you get to like spend time with like the people you care about and stuff. But like people are like always just like they just show like the worst themselves in weddings and stuff that I'm just like, was it even worth it? Like
I feel like if you're like, I'll be like really freaking honest. I feel like if you are going to have a wedding and your main fucking concern is that everyone else is having an amazing wedding, I don't think you should get married.
yeah.
Cause like I feel like your ideas of like marriage do not align with what actually is the reason why you're getting married.
It's
Because
like
if
you're doing
you
it because you
know,
see everyone else is doing it and stuff, and you just like you just like you're getting like fucking like FOMO of like not having that too.
well, it's not even just that. It's also just like, do you actually like the person then at that point? If
Oh,
you're like
yeah.
that,
It's like people with the fucking Trump themed weddings. That shit
my
fucking
God.
kills me because I'm like, imagine making your wedding day about some other bitch. Like,
that's just wild to me.
like that shit is the most like insane thing I've ever like seen in my life. Where I'm like, imagine like you don't even like the person you're marrying then.
Yeah, that's kind of like that's the whole vibe I usually get whenever I hear fucking people talk about certain shit like that. I'm just like, I don't know, man. Like the whole point is it's supposed to be like, you know, both of your guys' special days. But if you're over here thinking about someone who's like not that important, I think you lost the plot.
Oh my god, like the shit with weddings is like oh so annoying too, because like there's so many stories of like men being like, oh, like, you know, it's a two-way street and stuff like that, but like for some fucking reason it's always, oh, like a wedding is like the woman's like most important day of their life and shit like that, like it's the bride's most important day of their life, and it's just like the groom is there too, you know, like it took two people to like make it to this wedding, like
Yeah, like it's not.
like the
I know,
amount of
there's, like-
stories of like men like with like the wedding planners and shit, and like the wedding planners will just always like flat out ignore them and just like only listen
Yeah.
to the bride, and it's just like, bruh, like what the fuck?
Like he's also probably paying for it too. Like what the hell?
Exactly, like
Yeah, no, it goes back to the whole shit that we were talking about earlier with double standards. I just don't understand people's weird double standards.
it's like I get that part of it is like, you know, because of the whole traditional thing where it's like, especially here where it's like the bride's family pays for it and stuff, but it's like, you know, like it doesn't mean that like the bride is like, the only fucking person who matters and shit, and if your bride is like that, then like I'm sorry, that's not a relationship that's gonna last. Like
Oh no, completely not.
it's like if they're doing everything in their power to make everyone else miserable and shit because they want their special day or whatever the fuck, then like that is not like a relationship that's like worth having.
No. Like I don't know. That's always been kind of like my own thing where I'm just like, I don't know, man. Like people who have like those kinds of relationships, I'm just like, dude, like you could do so much better.
Oh, yeah.
You could probably do so much better. If your partner makes you doubt everything or some shit like that, you are probably not a good relationship. Which is always like the hardest thing for most people to hear.
Oh yeah, it's like they want to like look past at all like the bad shit and stuff because like of like their one good quality and stuff, but it's just like no, like unfortunately you can't just ignore the red flags. You should always like look at them and be like, yep, nope, that's not happening. Like fucking.
Yeah, I feel like that's always been like the hardest thing. Like, and I don't really blame anyone. Sometimes it's really hard to just cut your losses and shit, but sometimes it really is like that. that whole thing where it's just like, yeah, this person's probably not for you.
Like especially the
And it
people who are
hurts.
just like they just feel like they like won't find better and stuff like that, or like like it's like a lot of people's fear is like them like ending up alone forever,
Yeah.
just because like they like accidentally set their standards too high or something like that. But it's like no, like you always deserve better. Like
Yeah, you should always have high standards.
yeah,
like, you have to
it's
be
like
like
you really
realistic
just
about
shouldn't
your...
just settle for like fucking like it's one thing to like settle for like. Yeah, like if they have like the one bad thing and stuff like that, and it's not like horribly problematic, then it's like, yeah, you just settle and stuff like that. There is such a thing of having too high of standards where it's like, all right, you're not looking for like fucking like Jesus reincarnate, all right, like,
Yeah.
but it's just like settling for like under the fucking barrel is just like a whole different thing, like.
Like bottom of the barrel fucking people. No, like that's always been like my thing with like a lot of people that I meet. They'll be like, like I'll never be able to find. Oh, like you'll always be able to find someone. Like if that person that you loved was like everything you wanted in a person, like I don't really have the whole like there are other fish in the sea sort of thing, because it's just like every person's unique. I don't really care what most people say. But if it's like, but if the kind of person
Well, the
you
whole
like
point
has
is
like
there's
similar...
like other people and like there's other fish in the sea and stuff like that, because it's like like it's like the whole thing where I'm like people are like weird for like being like, oh my god, you can't love multiple people at the same time. Yes, you can. Like that doesn't mean like it's okay to cheat or anything like that. It's just like like it's like very normal for people to like love multiple people at the same time. Like but it's just like, it's like, that happens with everyone and stuff, like, it's like, yeah, like, there'll be, like, that one special someone and stuff like that, and it's like, the whole thing where it's just like, oh, you'll never find someone like them again and stuff like that, but it's like, they don't even have to be, like them again and stuff like that, you just have to, like, find someone else that, like, you, like, also, like, vibe with and shit, like, that you're, like, is also good and stuff like that. They don't all have to be exactly the same like each other.
Yeah.
No.
No, I think that's always just kind of like the thing. It's just like sometimes you get so clouded up in your judgment you don't realize. Like, if there's like a girl out there or a guy out there that you really really love, and like things didn't work out, I'm not gonna tell you like don't chase after a person and shit, because like sometimes people will change their minds. Like maybe not in the moment or something like that, but sometimes you have to be like cordial about it. Realize that like. Maybe it didn't work out in the moment, or maybe it could work out in the future.
Oh yeah,
but
there's
like,
a lot of times where
don't
it's
be
like,
on...
yeah, like right now indeed was like not the right time and stuff like that, and it's like, yeah, people like do and can change and stuff like that, but like don't assume that's gonna happen with everyone. It's like some people make it like very fucking clear that it's just like it's never gonna happen again, and it's like you should just like leave them alone at that rate, where it's just like, because then it like then it just like borders on like fucking you're like harassing this person, and it's like. It becomes the whole thing where it's like you're just being like creepy and stalkerish and shit then, like...
Yeah.
Like that, like that's why it's like the whole thing where it's like everything is like very like circumstantial. Like...
Oh yeah. No, completely.
I just realized I could pick up the chickens.
It's like I did not know I could interact with the chickens, but now that I do.
Oh my god, please. Oh, it's safe! I thought it was bad.
It's like here I thought I was gonna scream and cry.
Nah!
As you were saying.
I wasn't saying anything, you were the one saying it.
No, you're just like, I thought I was gonna scream and cry and all the other stuff. It's like,
You said that! I didn't say that!
No, but like, I don't know. Generally, whenever it comes to
damn
like romance and shit like that, I feel like a lot of people just kind of get too stuck in their own ways.
Oh yeah, like too many people get too stuck on like the perfect one and only person and stuff. I'm like, no, there's always like multiple people for everyone. Like there's never like truly like that one perfect person and stuff like that. It might feel that way and stuff, but it's like there's always like multiple options. Which is not at all defending like people who just like cheat for like no fucking reason. Those people are just weird.
I always find it so wild whenever I hear about like cheating, and people try to be like, you know, it just happens. I'm like, the fuck you mean it just happens?
I'm like, yeah, why are you fucking talking about it like it's just like, it's like a dog just ran up to you, and it's like, oh my god, like, should I pet it and stuff like that? It's like, no, like, it's like, you made the conscious decision to like fucking, you know, get with this other person, knowing damn well that you're with another person, like fucking, like,
It just reminds me of that. Just reminds me of that fucking conversation with your one friend who was telling us about like the whole thing with like your friend coming out as being gay, and the grandma being like, you know, just say that it was an accident. You know, you accidentally married your best friend, and I was just like, what the fuck? Like, it happens all the time.
It was a video that I was watching where like this teacher's talking about it, where it's like, nah, like, you know, like, it's just an accident and stuff. Like, whoops, like, you know, that shit happens and stuff. And it's like, oh my god, is that why like that one lady hates you and stuff like that? And it's like, you know, like shit just happens. And I'm like, what? I'm like, the way that people like explained like gay people existing back then was just so fucking insane.
Gay people back then were just hilarious, to be honest.
Like, oh no, like, see, like I was indeed straight all along. It's just an accident that happened. And it's like, what? Huh? Like,
I was like, who you fooling? Not me.
Not yourself either, because like, what the fuck? Like,
like, you know, you just accidentally marry your best friend. You're like, the fuck? It's like, you know, it's just a phase. You know, you just get into women, and I'm just like, this is where I start having the strong belief that most people are actually bi. If not
like,
bi-curious.
there's no way that no one is like, no one's 100% straight. Like, it's just not possible. Like,
like, I just don't think it's physically possible. Like,
yeah,
I think
you always have like
just
guys
juke
talking
yourself.
about like their gay moment and stuff like that. Where it's just like, you know, like the one guy that they just vibe with too hard and stuff, and it's just like, no, like, everyone's a little gay. Like, there's no such thing as being 100% straight. That's a fucking bullshit thing that like Christians just brought onto the world.
Like, whenever I think about those people who are like, fucking, they'll be like, yeah, have you ever seen a guy and you just go, I like your style. I'm like, I don't know about you, but that sounds kind of fruity.
Oh my gosh.
It's the one thing to be like, hey man, you dress pretty nice, but saying I like your style kind of implements something else there, buddy. And it's funny because I'm pretty sure like movies used to do that, like when someone would be like, yeah, I like your style. It was like usually the most obvious way of saying, hey, I think you're pretty cute.
I'm like, I feel like people would be a lot happier if they just admitted to the fact that it's like, yeah, sometimes you could just like fuck with both genders and stuff. Like it's not always like just like the one-time thing and stuff like that. I'm like, you don't have to like do this whole like earth-shattering reality for yourself where it's like, oh my god, but like what if I'm gay and that killed me. I'm like, it doesn't fucking matter and shit. I'm like, yeah, like labels are just there and shit for like the people who want it and stuff. It's not that deep, like, you know.
Yeah.
And, like, everyone's low-key a little gay and stuff like that. It's like, you know, some people want to fucking slap a label on it or whatever and shit, but it doesn't have to be this whole thing where it's like, oh my god, what if I'm the one thing or whatever? Who the fuck gives a shit? Like,
I think most people don't, like.
Exactly, like, it's like once again, it's like, it's your fucking life. It's quite literally not anyone else's business, like.
Well, that's like how I was telling someone the one day. I'm just like, the idea of like spending your whole life being like, but what if so and so doesn't accept me? I was like, bitch, most people are not gonna accept you. Like, you just gotta live life for you. You can't live your life for other people.
Yeah.
Like, if I live my life for other people, I think I'd be the most miserable motherfucker right now. It's like, you know, it's perfectly fine. Besides, it's your life. You get to choose what you can and can't do about it. No one can choose that for you. And anyone who says that they can is fucking manipulative as shit.
Yeah.
I even told someone the one time when I was like buying some stuff, because they're just like, aren't you worried about the recession? I'm like, if I spend all my time worrying about the recession, like, you know, don't spend like a crazy motherfucker is what I'm telling you, but like, if I spend my whole time just worrying about that, I'm just gonna be miserable. Like,
yeah, but then it's like you can't be these people either who are just like want to
like,
be
yeah,
like,
don't be spending.
Don't like just
Don't
wanting to be like
like
blissfully ignorant as fuck, being like, everything's still the same and stuff like that, and like still spending like the same amount, but it's not the same amount because everything is quite literally more expensive. Like,
yeah, no, like fucking, you have to be realistic. Like, you got it, everything's a balancing act. But like, I'm just like, in one hand, yeah, you should be very like self-conscious of your financial situation. On the other hand, don't make yourself so fucking miserable that you just think about how much worse your life is because you're holding yourself back too much.
Yeah, just like the impending like constant doom and stuff like that, which is like, it's like, you know, there's always ways for you to like, you know, adapt and stuff like that. But instead, like the fact that you're just gonna fixate on like how horrible and terrible shit is right now is just like.
It's always like the thing that sucks about like talking to a lot of people. Because, Americans just get, like, conditioned into believing, like, oh, that's it, everything's terrible, like, nothing I can do, and all this, and I'm just like, dude, like, things are not, like, things are bad. I'm not gonna act like they aren't bad.
I know, I know it's like they condition like, to them to be like this on purpose and stuff like that, because the whole point is, like, you know, to make sure, like, no one's able to fight back or anything, but it's just, like...
You can still do shit with your life, like, it's,
yeah.
like, no one's holding you at gunpoint. You are doing this to yourself at this rate. I think that's always been like the one thing that sucks because like when I meet a lot of people, they kind of like don't realize that they have control in their life.
Oh yeah, they always like think it's like up to like some other like weird magical force, and it's just like yeah like.
It's like nah, man, you've always had control in your life. Like you just gotta you know take the opportunity. It's fucking scary. Like I'm not gonna act like it isn't. But no, it's like sometimes you just gotta do it. Like you can't wait for someone to come and rescue you.
I was at the fucking end.
You were at the end this whole time.
What? Wait. Huh?
What happened?
K-stage, I guess. Treacherous Trek. Just unlocked
It's like suffer or don't suffer.
I've never seen this K-stage before, so I don't know. Give me a nice 2 hours.
It's like, well, it's gonna... It's fucking 5 hours on the K-stage.
Oh boy, I get Diddy for this. I mean, it's hard.
At least at the beginning, which means it's either gonna be super hard or super easy. Oh?
What?
I think you were supposed to duck.
I did duck, but then I was looking at it and I was like, there's not enough space there to even duck, so like...
I have no idea. Maybe you're supposed to like jump or some shit, or do a weird fucking little ditty thing, I don't know.
Go over? Oh, there is enough room to duck. He just didn't.
Da-da-da-da. Wow.
Oh my god. I can already see this is gonna be like one of the stages where it's like it's not actually hard, but I'm just gonna like keep sabotaging myself.
It's always weird when they give you like that. It's always weird when they give you a stage where it's like you can just easily sabotage yourself. It's not even like it's hard, but you've already like. Is that shit where they've given you like several hard stages before and then you just psych yourself out?
Exactly. It's like you're expecting it to be hard and shit because you got like the pressure of like time and shit, but it's like it's not actually like. Oh. I can see now there's just gonna be one of these buttons that I'm not actually supposed to press. I'm gonna kill myself. What? Huh? Oh no! Only my small brain can shut the fuck up! I could definitely get sub 30 minutes. Already gonna regret that like 2 hours in and be like,
So like, if you miss it,
miss what?
like hitting the switches, does like the cart just go backwards or some shit? Like
I assume it'll just like fall off the track and then I'm just like, that's it.
Then it's just like just kill yourself for realsies.
What?
I, what? How the fuck did you go through it?
I assuming that this is like the other level, like the one with the moving blocks. It's like it's not actually hard, but for some reason you just keep dying anyway. Just tediously long.
You just gotta change your function. You gotta be like, ah, yes, my brain thinking so hard about all these different things I do.
Thinking too hard, not enough at the same time.
Most levels are just trial and error. Like, there's no skill to most of them. Well, I feel like you were almost there too.
Didn't see that, okay? Real tears. Okay, Donkey Kong. Whatever.
Hey man, I still can't get over the phasing through the platform thing from earlier.
Donkey Kong's hitbox is like some bullshit.
Kinda goes back to like when you and I were talking about making hitboxes on characters on the game. And I'm just like, I really hope that it's not the situation where it's like, so, just like you're like, ah, the square's a little too big. And you're like, what do you mean? You can just
Every
form
game
it
always
to the
has that
character.
like bullshit of like the fucking hitbox for the one specific part is just like some like mind fuckery.
Yeah.
And like it wasn't until I was actually doing it where I was like, am I missing something? Because like it's like if you just took the 3 extra seconds to like actually like, you know, do like the collision correctly and stuff, it wouldn't be like this, but for some reason it happens in every game, so I'm just like, I feel like you're all just being lazy, like
When you go down a rabbit hole, when you find out how things actually work.
and then you're just like, but why? Why? Like
I like how I picked him up, made him walk, and now he's like sound asleep on his bed. He's like, comfy.
why do you watch yourself, Donkey Kong? I'll like walk off the platform and he just speeds off of it and fucking goes like 10 miles and I'm like,
I had a wonderful time with my my roommate explaining in great detail how he fucked up his guitar strings, and I'm like, I just don't understand. It's funny because like it's always weird whenever I see him take off the guitar strings because I never realized how like I always was under the impression that guitar strings were all kind of like the same, like steel guitar strings. I did not realize that some of them have a weird like ridges on them, and others are just like string, literally just a string. And it's just like, well, like of course it makes sense that I wouldn't know that because you know I don't play guitar. But like it's so strange because then like when you play something like Spanish guitar where it's just nylon strings and all the strings are exactly the same, I'm just like it's weird because then when you have to replace one, you mean to tell me you have to find the exact thickness with the weird ridges and stuff on it?
yeah. No, the fucking platform fucked me up.
But I always lose my shit laughing because like he'll have like these super thin strings and he's like, oh, there's nothing you can use this for, I'm sure, because he gave me the thicker ones, being like, oh, maybe you can use it for your plants because like I'm trying to grow like a small tomato plant. And like I literally told him, I'm like, what do you mean? The last time you gave me these super thin strings, I was using them to cut clay, but I misplaced it. And he's like, what? And I was just like, yeah. I was like, how the heck do you think people cut clay? They usually have like a wire like this. And I don't know. I'm always like really fascinated when I learn more about like certain things like this. I was like, oh, I never knew. I find it hilarious that like my upstairs neighbors are like musicians. Because like the other day my roommate was like talking to them and just like, oh, are we too loud when we play our drums? I'm like, you guys have drums up there?
It's like, how'd you get the whole drum set up in there? Like,
And then I realized it's probably those collapsible drum kits. But you know, it's just like I think it was like the other day was the first time I actually heard them play drums. And I was just like, are they electronic drums? Because by the sound of it, it sounds like they're electronic drums. Which is weird because like any other time when they play it, they're usually like, Evan's usually pretty chill, but like apparently like yesterday was just like, nah, fuck you, how dare you? I'm just like, Evan, what the fuck is wrong with
trying
you?
to take his old man nap and was not happy.
Yeah, he's like, I hate drums. It's just so funny whenever like you have an older dog, just like it really is just like a human being when they're like crotchety and old. Cause like the heck you mean you're upset about something that you didn't care about 2 days ago?
Oh yeah.
And I usually whenever like the neighbors are jamming, he's usually honk shoeing real good, but I don't know. Freaking the other day, I guess the drums were one too many. It's the same thing with like the one neighbor I have who like decorates their door. They always like especially when the holidays come, they always put these like really cute decorations on there. And like some days he just sleeps just fine, and then other days he's like, how dare they be putting up decorations? I'm just like, dude, it's not that serious. I was like, I think it's pretty cute.
No!
Well.
I was wondering if I could like keep going, but then I was just like, then you fell. Okay.
I always love when people do like cute, quirky things like what my neighbor does. I was like, I need more people like that in my day-to-day life. It's like, what are the odds that I move to a place and like my neighbor does that kind of stuff?
Oh my god, it's like when people like put up like Easter decorations and stuff like that. It's not something that like most people do and stuff like that, but I'm like, it just adds like so much more color and stuff to like, you know.
Yeah, it's just really cute. Yeah, fucked up.
It's like a lot of people like don't even like put up like Christmas decorations and shit anymore, and I'm like, I get it, like, you know, if you have like other cultures and stuff like that, but I'm just like, the pretty lights though, like,
Okay, but Christmas decorations not being put up is valid, because that's too much garbage. That takes too much time. Like, what the fuck you mean a 4-day endeavor to decorate the house?
It doesn't even have to be that much though. Like some people literally just put on like some like little string of lights and stuff, and that just takes like an afternoon. Like.
I know, but you know how it is with the fucking people. They have the keeping up with the Joneses nonsense. So then they just start fucking, like, decking out the house like crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you can just put a few lights and that's fine.
Yeah. It's like, it doesn't have to be like this extravagant thing either and shit, but it's like everyone always wants it to be like.
Mm-hmm. Like, for me personally, I don't particularly care for Christmas. So I don't like decorating.
I just like the pretty lights.
For it. I hate like my roommate and I have like the usual war every Christmas, which I win every fucking year, which is that I don't want Christmas decorations in the fucking place, and like it has less to do with like not wanting it and more so where the fuck are we gonna put it? Because it's never like a situation where you're just like, we'll just buy a small Christmas tree. No, it's always the situation of we should get a fucking actual
Christmas tree and it's like a tiny
ass
ass
apartment. I was like, boy, are you crazy? Where are we putting it? Like, why the fuck would I want that?
Donkey Kong, why did you never jump when I told you to jump?
But, nah, that's kind of my whole thing when it comes to, like, Christmas. That's the fact, too, that I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I started having more Jewish friends that I'm just kind of like, I don't really care, actually. I was like, I just don't think Christmas is all that. I've always been taught at a really young age that all holidays are pretty good. The one bike shop that I used to go to, they were like, and it's so funny because I think there was just something going on economically and a lot of Jewish people moved into the area. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then like, then I started hearing the anti-Semitism of the area, and I'm like, of course, PA, the butthole of the entire United States.
I was so glad when I was seeing people like with the whole like pencil tucky shit and stuff. Like right before the election and even after.
Honestly, the worst state ever.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Unbelievably anti-Semitic, unbelievably racist for no fucking reason. I remember the one time I was like going to this one place that I always went to, and I fucking stopped going to it because like I love supporting local businesses, but as soon as you start fucking being with racism, that's it, buddy. I'm gone.
Oh yeah.
So this one local business I would go to, fucking once there was like a group of Hispanics moving into the area, it's like, oh, there's so many like, you know, Hispanics moving into the area, and I'm just like, and they're like, at least they're hardworking, and I was like, nope, that's it. I'm out of here. I'm not coming back to this place anymore.
I just like the weird positive racism too, where they're like, yeah, it's like, you know, someone can do the damn jobs around here now, and it's just like, oh my gosh, like.
You're just like, my guy.
It's like they think they're not being racist when they say shit like that, but it's like, you're still racist, like.
I had a girl in college that, thank God, I never got close to, because fucking Lord knows I did not expect the comment that came out of her mouth. But she was like, and it's always like the wildest shit you ever heard in your life. But she's like, yeah, like my grandma like lost her job because of Mexicans, and I just looked at her like, excuse me. And you're like, yeah, because you know they moved in here and they took the job, and I was like, no, your grandma did not lose her job because of Mexicans. Your grandma lost her job because the corporation didn't want to pay for her.
Exactly, like it's not a whole fucking thing. It's like them damn Mexicans and shit. It's just like, no, like it's always the company's fault,
Like,
and they want you to like be against each other.
That's like the tech companies now who are complaining about the HB1 visa people, and I'm just like, you think they want to fucking work here in America either? They're just working here for the money. It's not really because of anything else. Like, Indian people don't want to fucking come to the United States to live here.
Yeah.
Like, maybe some of them do, but not all of them. It's just the racism is so wild to me. I'm just like, fucking crazy.
Damn it, I knew it was at the end every time.
I told you. Another end, did you this?
I will never get the other two before it. Especially the lava level, that one's like impossibly hard. I was like at this one especially, I was just like, I know I can do it, like actually, but it's just like, my thumb is like actually hurting from how much like I had to like be on time with the fucking jumps, like. Alrighty, 7R, wow. Lift off launch. R. I think I remember this.
It's like, wait, there's no I's in Kong. There's no ers in Kongs. There's no ers in Donkey either.
Oh my god, there's some black magic shit happening over here or something like. Science.
Kind of reminds me of like animals who are
I
like
don't wanna go in there.
the animals who grow up near the city versus the animals who grow up near like the countryside, and like the differences between the two are hilarious. Like, for example, like over here in the city where freaking people like see possums every once in a while, they're like, oh my god, they're so massive, and they're like the size of a kitten.
Oh,
And I'm just like, do you know how big possums actually are? I think you have to just keep pressing it. There you go.
I know, it just means like a...
He's like, you have to spam that bitch. What?
This control's like fucking ass, by the way.
So if you spam the A button, does it go up higher?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was just like, what?
It's gonna be a high level!
You're gonna do it. I just find it hilarious that you're like in a rocket to be released from a rocket.
To get released another rocket.
Just like, oh, you're funny, aren't you?
I was like, how am I supposed to get that banana? But I'm like, ah, it actually expects me to like, like...
It expects you to dodge and weave.
How do I go
Wow.
slower? I think this shit was easier on the DS.
To be honest, I feel like the DS had the tightest controls.
Ah! Ah! No!
Wow.
Bastard!
When it gets to the fuck out of dodge really fast. Like, nah, I'm good.
I don't like this stage already! I literally, like, very gently, like that's all I did, and, like, he fucking went flying to the right, like...
He's like, bye! That's what I mean. I always feel like certain games get fucking, like, nerfed
They always have, like,
or something
like,
when they port them over.
like, I mean, like, some games got, like, the fucking, like, the one, like, bullshit mechanic that they, like, don't actually program correctly for, like, the fucking controls. And it always ends up being like
Yeah.
the worst fucking shit in the game, and it's just, and then it's just like, ah, why don't people like the game? And it's like, why did you think this was a good idea to put in the game? Like, god damn it. Trying to like angle myself back to the center is like fucking bullshit. Eh. You know what, Donkey Kong? You just like fucking shove it right up your fucking ass, like. You motherfucker. Sack of shit. I'm gonna start crying real actual tears.
It's like we gave you a really easy K level. Here's a R level.
Rocket level.
Are there supposed to be rocket levels, or was this like a thing that they added last minute towards the end?
What do you mean?
Because I don't remember there being rocket levels.
Well, they were always here. Like on the DS.
Like
version,
towards
you
the
mean?
end? Yeah.
I remember this level. Like literally before we started, I was like, I think I remember the stage.
Yeah, but was that like every single, or was it the last, like the second to last world? That's what I mean.
I have no idea what the fuck you're trying to tell me.
Was there a rocket level in every level?
Yeah, like every world you mean, or like
Yes.
like all the levels that there's been rocket levels.
No, as in every world you've been in.
I mean, like every level that has been a rocket level was indeed a rocket level the first time.
No, I mean as in this one, like how it's labeled as a rocket label.
Oh, how it has like the R label on it.
Yes.
I don't know.
Oh my fucking god. This is literally what I was asking, because when you fucking beat the K level earlier in the game, this level didn't exist. That's why I was like, what?
No, it was there. Like before I went into the K level?
No, after.
Yeah, it was there.
I feel like you're probably
What?
misunderstanding me.
I don't even
That was
understand what
in
you're
the
trying
background.
to say. Like I'm definitely not understanding what the fuck you're trying to say because I'm just like,
You know how you're playing this rocket level where it's like facing upward?
what about it?
Yes, was this fucking like in the other levels is what I mean.
Like this specific style of it?
Yes!
No.
Jesus Christ. To be honest, I feel like it's really weird when you had all the other rocket levels not facing that way to do this.
What? Bitch, how?
Sir, that was a ship. You shoulda dodged it.
There's such a small, tiny ass little gap that I'm supposed to fucking weave through. That's why I remember like only beating this game like once.
There's a reason why you boost using the A.
No, but like it wasn't like I had to get past the ship. I had to like swerve like an immediate like sharp left turn to like get through
That's what
like
I
the
mean.
tiny ass little gap. Like,
Yeah, you have to use the boosty boost.
see, look, it's like there's the ship. If I touch the ship at all, then like it fucking like that's what I had to do. Like, get to the small ass little fucking gap.
Why are their fucking things so weirdly shaped? It's like
Just to make your
beans.
life harder. Banana.
Mmm. It's like, thank you for drop shipping all the bananas that are mine, that you stole.
Please tell me I never have to do that again. Oh, well, alright then.
What? Where the fuck did Donkey Kong land?
He's going up into outer space. That's where the bananas are, I
He
guess.
fucking lands on. Hey, imagine you go fucking end up at the moon.
Feather fiend.
B.
Oh, that is a V. I thought it was an R still.
Huh? You need to put on your glasses, bitch.
There's a symptom of dyslexia, not being able to see. I promise you, even with my glasses on, I would have said an R anyway. Possibly the
I'm
number
not-
8,
I'm not-
like...
Sorry, my eyes don't have an allergy to letters. It's like, what's dyslexia? It's when my eyes sneeze. It's like whenever I meet someone who has asthma, and I always make the joke that they have an allergy to breathing.
That's what I mean.
No, because like fucking, it's one thing when like dust triggers it, but like if nothing's happening and it happens, I just look at you and go like, what? What happened?
Delicious. Oh, oh.
This is how babies are made.
No.
With mashed bananas.
Mashed banana goop.
Controlled by a hypnotized chicken.
Oh, I think this is the plot of The Incredibles too. Anyway.
I feel very confused now. Dude, I'm pretty sure Incredible 2 was like an epilepsy warning waiting to happen.
Great.
I remember watching that with you in the theater and I was like, holy fucking shit.
Oh yeah,
Where's
I was actually like starting to get
of the
nauseous.
movie?
Like, there definitely should have been like a warning before like watching the movie or something because I was actually getting nauseous like during like all the flashes.
I was like, I don't have epilepsy. I have like fucking, you know, a little bit of photosensitivity, but that was a lot.
Yeah, but I felt like I was gonna get a stroke. Like,
I literally felt like I was gonna vomit just from witnessing that whole scene.
okay, well. Ah!
I love how simplistic all 3D designs are. Because it's easier to animate and make the illusion of.
Am I supposed to do something? Like,
You know... I have no idea what you're supposed to do here. Survive, I guess. No.
some bullshit.
I see.
Just kill me. Link! I remember this fight now.
I was like, I have no memory of what's going on.
Can't expect me to go under that shit like that.
He's doing the thing. The grazing.
Oh, you motherfucker. Ah!
It's always funny watching, like, chicken do that. Like, when they start fucking, like, grazing. Just, like, kicking at the ground as if you did not just throw food on the ground for them.
My dog does that too. Alright, we don't need to see about how babies are made again.
It's just weird to think that all these guys are just filled with bananas. Like, what the fuck are in these bananas?
Right? That it's like bringing wood to life.
I just can't get over the silly animation of the chicken moving. It's just so funny.
Just watching him rock back and forth, like.
It's like, oh yeah, you know, when I try to get moving, that's exactly what I do.
Alright, well. Grab it, Donkey Kong, you motherfucker!
You have to Kong the donk. This is when you're like a slow-mo hyper focus has to kick in.
My hyperfocus doesn't like me.
It's like imagine having to fight an egg timer with legs.
I freaked out, I should have stayed underneath.
Yeah.
I was going to, but I was like, he's gonna stop on me!
I always find it funny whenever I see designs like this, because I'm just like, what the hell is going on in Nintendo's like idea station?
What?
Like, you know what would be fun? What if we give an egg timer legs, and then like add a chicken to it?
And he was hypnotized wearing some funky ass goggles.
Or like the weird tiki monsters that you've been dealing with. What if it was just mashed bananas? Like, I'm like, what the fuck?
They're full of mashed bananas and now they're alive.
It's like, no wonder they couldn't hypnotize Donkey Kong. He's full of that shit.
Today would be great. We better only take 3 hits to beat this motherfucker because this is a painfully long fight. He's having a moment.
It's just so funny seeing the animation of this fucking chicken getting wrecked. Slapped every which way to Sunday.
Well,
Well, now the egg timer's angry.
oh hell.
I just feel like so exhausted whenever I play games like these because I'm just like, oh my god, another phase? Are you shitting me right now?
Oh yeah, like.
Kind of like, it's kind of like when I was talking to you about RPGs. And how RPGs can be like really exhausting because fucking out of nowhere it'll be like, ah, I'm almost done. And it's like, the health bar goes back up and you're like, son of a bitch!
That was me playing fucking Hades.
Oh my god.
I actually cried.
It's funny because they're always like, why do you play RPGs? And I'm just like, they're fun, but yeah, sometimes when that shit happens, you're like, this is some bullshit.
Ah! This guy! Ah! Good
No.
enough!
There you go.
I need it!
Well, time to hit that accordion candle. The accordion candle thing.
Finally, I can die now.
Like, I don't know, that's a whole bunch of banana being launched there.
Hooray! That wasn't even the final world.
Yep,
Banana. The
Oh,
banana
no.
factory has been vanquished.
the banana pudding is gone.
Oh,
Volcano.
volcano! Well, yeah, looks very safe here. That is enough for today.
Ugh,
Unfortunately,
that's-
my brain cannot take anymore. I will murder, bitch.
That's fair.